I've got a little challenge for you. This is really going to level up your ball striking. I call this the Tommy Fleetwood drill. I'm going to set you a challenge. I'm going to go through kind of how to do it and then why it's going to be so beneficial for you. So the goal is, I've got some tech down here to give me some numbers. The goal is, take something like an 8-iron, and I want to see how far you can hit the golf ball without the club in the follow through passing your lead shoulder. Okay, so this would be lower than my lead shoulder. This would be higher than my lead shoulder. I call it the Tommy Fleetwood drill because, you know, famously he kind of has this kind of shorter finish with his irons. Now, what I will often see when I ask my students to do this is something like this. So you can see very clearly that the club has gone past my shoulder, and that ball went a grand total of 51 yards carry. So I typically see that as being the limit, kind of getting to 50 yards, and they're unable to stop that club lower than the shoulder. Let me show you my attempt, and then we'll go through the difference. So this would be my attempt at that. So you can see the club stopped short of my shoulder. It may have gone a little bit higher than that, but it stopped pretty much lower than my shoulder. That one went 116 yards, so over double the distance. So why is that such a big difference, and what am I actually trying to get you to do here? Well, in the first example, there wasn't really any engagement of the body. It was very much handsy, very much armsy. There's nothing to what we call break or slow down the hands and the arms. So once we start to use the hands and arms, they accelerate through, club goes way above the shoulder, ball isn't going particularly far. What I'm trying to get you to do with that Tommy Fleetwood drill is to really appreciate that there's a real rotation of the body, and as that body rotation stalls, it breaks. Then you can accelerate the arms, but you're not simply trying to accelerate them as fast as you can through to finish. You're simply trying to get the energy in the golf club, and you're trying to push that energy away from you. So not around in this area, but actually away from my chest. So I'm pushing the club away from me as I'm stalling with my body. And what we're able to get is these kind of finished positions where the club is extended away from me, my body is rotated and extended, and the body is breaking and the arms are structured. And when you can start to get that to happen, let's see if we can get a little bit more than 116. This is a really, really structured position. And what you're going to find, 116 again as consistent, is you start to strike the ground in a better place. You start to strike it target side of the ball. You start to have more structure in your arms. You start to feel how the club, the arms and the body are all working in sync. If you don't have that level of control that I'm trying to encourage you with this drill, you will always struggle with this. And I tell you what, it's incredibly eye-opening when you do this little exercise. You might find you're only hitting it 39 yards and the club's ending in this position. So start off and feel, without a ball, what it's like to land the club with speed and have this controlled position. Then introduce the ball and start to build up and build up and build up. And you'll be surprised at how far you can start to hit it. But it's a great exercise to work on strike, to sync up your body and your arms, and to get efficient speed down at impact. There's your challenge. Tommy Fleetwood drill. Can you hit it more than 116 yards with an 8-iron without that club finishing above your shoulder? If you can do that, you'll be striking irons better.